Welcome to my devlog number 6 and the first playthrough of my game. When you start a new game, you will notice something happen in the screen. First, you will see the anvil and the crafting table. They are both called crafting table, but keep notice that this is a development test, so a lot of things will change, and also a stove. If you click on the crafting table, you will see first what is available to craft. You're not crafting anything yet, so you can't see anything yet. And all the possible crafts. For example, the wooden hat requires 10 simple log. That is the first wood that you get. And this is the duration that it requires. And the same thing goes on and on to the other stuffs. For example, the rusty pickaxe requires 10 stones and 20 logs. And we go through for example, the collar requires 10 warm skins and 10 of these hard rocks that drops from the fencing institute. Another thing that is important to notice is that the game you will save every 30 seconds. And here you can see like a countdown saying when your game is saved. To unlock more map, you will have 5 of those logs. To get those logs, you have to chop this tree. If I try to chop this tree right now by clicking into it, it will say that it required this tool. If I open my inventory, here is the tool. I can equip this tool either by clicking on the Tools tab and dragging it, or right mouse button. They both will do the trick. So let's collect 5 logs. Every time that I hit the tree, you will see this bar. This bar represents the life of the resource, in this case the tree. And it will be collected once you drain all of this. And if you improve your tool, for example, later on this playtest version, I have a Cooper axe that is better and will be faster to collect the log. And also, you can see that when this guy reaches to 0, there's a pop-up saying that you collected 1. And here it is, 3 simple logs. So if I collect 1 more, will be 4. And that's it, quite simple. And this is the part where you can leave it idle, because you will need a lot of logs if you want to progress with the game. Now I have 5. To use it, you can simply drag to this guy. Nice. Now it requires 5 apples. If you look at this tree, it spawns some apples from time to time. And if you click on it, you will get them. We need 5 apples to unlock, so let's get 5. Nice. So if I drag, now it's 10 logs. Let's collect 10 logs. Another thing that it's nice to say is like if you click on this unlockable tile, it will open the inventory and it will focus. It is better to drag. You also can drag, like if you don't have 10, only have 4. If you drag 4 to it, it will consume all that you dragged, and the same thing happens if you have, like, for example, 20. And another thing that is important to see is every time that I put my mouse over an item, it will show the description of the item over there. So for example, in this case it shows the name, that is a simple log. It shows the type of the item, which is a resource. And right in the up right corner it says how much I have. In this case I have 3. And what is the maximum amount of stack, which is 20, meaning that I can have 20 logs in a single stack. It also shows this fuel tank is like a purple one and a red one. It means what is the value for a single unit to be used as a fuel for the portal, for the combat. For example, this guy has 6 seconds each one that can be used to battle your enemies, and 10 seconds that you can be used to inside a stove to melt ores into bars. Alright, I have more than enough, so let's use it. Nice, now it's 10 apples. Nice, just 3 more to go. Good. So if I drag this one here, it will unlock this new area and another session that will be unlocked. So if you click on the portal, I will open the UI, and if I click on this area, I will move to try to start battling monsters. But first, let me explain how does it works. Here you will see monster recipes. So for example, I have this worm, this other gloob gloob, and all these other monsters. So for example, in order to unlock this recipe, I need 10 apples. And to battle this enemy, I will have to put fuel into the portal. So let's get 10 apples first. And 10. Nice, so now we get 10 apples. So if I click on it, I will select this recipe and my apples will be gone. But don't worry, if you want to get your apples back, you just need to click again on the recipe and you will unselect it and get it back. Okay, so let's try to fight the enemy. So if I click on it and add 1 log to the fuel, it will add only 6 seconds. But this is too low. I will get at least 1 minute before I start fighting. If 1 log is 6 seconds, it means that 1 minute will be 10 logs, right? Yeah. So let's get 10 logs. Another thing that I want to say while we are waiting is that in order to unlock the blocks, sometimes it will require a different item. For example, the first time that you see this one, you may get to a conclusion that you don't know where does this item come from. And on my game, the items can come from mainly 3 sources. The first one are resources. The second one is monster drop. So in this case it makes sense because this item looks like a worm, so it may drop from a worm. And the other source is crafting. So you can always check the crafting tables and the anvil. Alright, now we have 10. So if I add them to the fuel, you see that I have 1 minute and 6. I could start the combat now, but I want to show you something. Let's say that we just want 10 and not 11. If you hold shift and click on an item, you will be able to split this item. You can either choose the amount of items that you want to get by dragging this thing, or by typing, for example, 110, and then you can either click accept or you can press enter. And if you do this, you will drag only the amount that you want. So in this case, if I press here or if I click on this combat area, I will start the combat. But I want to show you something that may help on your test run, is that if you go to your crafting table, you will notice that you have the wooden hat that costs 10 wood, right? If I craft it, you see that it will consume your item and the crafting will start. This craft has 20-second duration, so you can see the durations here, or you can see that it's being crafted by this animation. And when it's done, alright, so when it's done, you will see that this item, he provides you 1 defense. You can see this shield over there, and also it provides you 2 minutes to be used as portal fuel. So it's way more, so it's better if you use an entire item than the logs itself as a fuel. Because if I drag this item here, now we'll have 2 minutes. Will be like twice the amount of the 10 simple logs. So let's start the combat. If I hit the worm with my bite, I will take 1 of the worm's life, and the same thing happens with the worm, right? And you can see that I got 1 skin. And you also saw that I had to kill 2 worms, in this case 3, to drop 1 skin. The reason for that is that we have a drop chance system, and not every worm will drop a skin. If the worm kills me, I will regenerate my HP, and the time will still run. This is your penalty. Alright, so right now I have 1 worm skin. If I drag the worm skin here, alright, it will require only 9, and if you notice, the worm skin gave me like 1 point of damage, right? So if I equip this helmet that has exactly 1 point of defense, it means that I will never receive any damage for the worm. And this is the progression that I want to make in my game. For example, the Gloob Gloob, which is the other enemy, it will have more life and it will hit you with more damage. So you will have to equip more items in order to be totally AFK on this enemy. The same thing goes on and on. Another thing that it is important to say is that these 2 monsters over here, the Gloob Gloob and the Rock Dude, they have special drops. So they don't drop only the worm skin. The Gloob Gloob also drops the Gloob hat, and the Rock Dude drops the Rock Bat, with their own bat that you can use as a weapon. And another thing that I want to show you is that I'm not playing from Unity. If I press ESC, you will see that my game is currently on itch.io. I will leave the link on the description for everyone to play it. And let me show you the loading system. Alright, so if I refresh the page, run the game again, and decide to load the game, I am in the correct scenario. I have exactly the same items and everything like this. Thank you for watching, and please play my game. Report your feedback on the Discord. You can go to my Discord by clicking on this video, and I will actually use this video as a tutorial in how to play my game. Thank you.